All right. Shalom, ahab, wa, baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. Facing the east, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, not wavering to the left or to the right, but sincerely teaching righteous doctrine. Let's get right into it. The name of this class today is going to be called It's Time That We Thought About Our Salvation. We can see the oppression, and the Most High said that's when he's going to return. So that means that we need to think more about our salvation than the current situation we're in. In fact, give me Revelation 12 and 12.
Revelation 12 and 12?
Yep.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So that's beautiful, and we can see that they're working faster, and they're making the moves that they're making at this time. You can tell they're done in haste, and it tells you, for an Israelite, we know better because we've studied. Hasted not in time of trouble. But these guys are in the time of their trouble. Their troubles are coming. They have but a short time, so they keep making mistakes. Get me, in fact, and I'll prove right now, beyond a shadow of a doubt, according to Scripture, that their time is almost up. And we got this stupid ass bus here, just enough noise to fuck everything up. Jeremiah chapter 5. Jeremiah chapter 5. Glad that stupid bus is gone. That's the first time I had a bus just sitting here in front of me. Verse 22.
Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand where the bound of the sea by her.
Oh, sorry. Perpetual
decree that it cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet cannot pass over it.
So, going back to Revelation 12 and 12, it says they have but a short time. So what are they doing? They're bringing forth great wrath. It shows you right here, they know that there's a certain limit that they can't pass. That is a parable saying that you can only go to a certain point, but the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, has put boundaries on how long this evil, wicked nation is going to last. In fact, let's prove that it's talking about a nation and how much time it has. Go to Psalms chapter 104 and 9.
And
9.
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Psalm 104 and verse 9. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth.
Did you hear that? Let me read that again real slow for you guys. It says, thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. What's Job 9 and 24 say? It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. If not where, it covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not where, then who is he? So it's telling you that these bounds, there's a boundary that they can never pass over. And the earth right now is ruled by the wicked. So if Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, if he's sending Yahweh Shai back, it's to take out the wicked. The earth is ruled by the wicked. If not where, who is he? So if it's not who I'm saying, who is it then? So go now. Now let's really just get into it, because like I said, we need to think about our salvation, because we could see their time coming to an end. So get me Romans chapter 13 and 11.
Okay. Romans 13 and verse 11. And then knowing the time that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
So our salvation is now nearer than when we first believed. So you got to understand, the times are being sped up. And there's a reason for that, because their time's coming to an end. So they're bringing great wrath and destruction, but their time is almost up. And I already told you that we can see the oppression. We can see that we are the victims at this point. How would you put it? Like we're the enslaved. It says that salvation is of the Jews. So what do we need to be saved from? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So if you can't do the math on that, then you got to understand there's good and there's wicked in everything. So not everybody's getting saved, but there's people that are that have to be saved. Let's move around. Let's go to Romans 11 and 26.
Romans 11 and 26.
Yeah, I'm gonna take these glasses off. Fogging up my vision.
Romans 11 and 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. And it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
I just told you, Yahushua is going to return. So salvation is for all of Israel. So 1/3 are going to cross over from this side. 2/3 are going to have to die a painful death. After that painful death, eventually the rest of the 2/3 will be born back into the kingdom through righteousness. Let's go ahead and jump around some more. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 59. Give me verses 20 and 21.
Isaiah 20 and 21.
Isaiah chapter 59, verses 20 and 21. By me.
Isaiah 59 and verse 20. The Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh. Verse 22.
Wait,
and
stop
21.
right there. Did you hear what he said? Let me read it slow. You got to read it a little slower. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob. In other words, only the Israelites that turn from transgression are going to receive salvation. So the ones that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh. Read 21 now.
Verse 21. As for me, this is my covenant with them, says the Lord Yahweh. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord Yahweh, from henceforth and forever.
That's beautiful. He said that his truth is always going to be here, and it's never going to change. Give me Jeremiah 31.
Jeremiah 31.
And then Jeremiah chapter 31.
In verse
33 through 34.
Okay. Jeremiah 31 and 33. But this shall be a covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people.
That's beautiful. It's telling you, like, at this time, we're still a stony heart. We're still, like, hard-headed, in other words, in our mind. That's why we're still teaching. In fact, And it tells you that, did you read 34?
Nope.
Give me 34.
Verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Yahweh, for they shall all know me. For the least of them unto the greatest of them, said the Lord Yahweh, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
So he clearly tells you that, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor. So right there, like I said, we still have a stony heart. We wouldn't be out here teaching if we were in that new covenant. We're coming into that new covenant, and when the Most High brings salvation, you're going to know it. It's not just going to be, well, I was playing my PlayStation 5 yesterday, realizing I'm in the new covenant. No man, they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh. You know why? Because from the least to the greatest, I don't care, from one nation to the next, you all are all gonna know the truth when he shows up. And you're gonna wish, and that's when you're gonna wish that you actually conform. And then you're gonna realize there was no way I could ever do that. In fact, we know that we need to think upon our salvation, though, at this point. We need to think upon the Most High coming to save us. If these enemies of ours have bounds that they can't cross, and it tells you in Revelation 12:12 that they have but a short time left, so they're creating much wrath. Let's give me Matthew chapter 24:3.
Matthew 24:3. Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
He said, What shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So what would that be? First of all, we got to remember that he didn't change. So when Christianity tells you, oh, he changed this and that, give me Malachi 3 and 6.
Malachi 3.
Yeah, let's get Malachi 3 and 6 and make sure the Most High's words don't change.
Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, these sons of Jacob are not consumed.
And that's beautiful. I change not. Therefore, it says that salvation is for Israel. So eventually, these Israelites are going to be saved. And how do I know? Because he said, what was the sign of my return? What's the sign of my coming? That's what he's saying. So let's get it. Matthew chapter 24. And go back to 24 and just read, you know what? Just read down through 8. Just pick up right where you left off and read it through 8. Read from verses 4 through 8.
Matthew 24 and 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no one lies to you. Keep going.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
Many are going to come in the name of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, calling themselves Christ. What does it tell you in Deuteronomy chapter 28? That our enemies are going to have us worshiping wood and stone. That's Christianity and Islam, Muslims. So keep reading.
And shall deceive many.
So many people are going to believe these lies. Keep reading.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So all of these things that are happening right now, these great atrocities, the great wrath is being brought upon us because they know they have about a short time. They have to come to pass, but this isn't even the end yet. It's got to get worse. Like I told you, we're barely in Jacob's trouble. We're just barely touching it. In fact, did you read 8 yet?
Nope.
Give me verse number 8.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to read 7 and 8.
Oh, yeah, 7 and 8. Sorry, pick up where you left off.
Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes, and diverse places.
You know what's beautiful? When it says kingdom against kingdom, you can go right to the American government and watch the Democrats and the Republicans literally starting civil wars in the states. In Minnesota, it's a civil war right now. And it's literally Democrats versus Republicans when it comes down to it. It's Trump versus whatever that guy's name is, and the Ohan or whatever her name is. They are laundering money. About $30 million so far this year. The question is, how much did Trump launder this year? Billions. But he's going to point the finger at the 30 million. They both are wrong. They both deserve to go down.
Verse 8.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
All of these are the beginnings of sorrows. Okay? And read verse 21.
Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
So this is the great tribulation that we're coming into. There's never been such a great tribulation since the beginning of time or any time. So we're coming into that great tribulation right now, which is actually part of our salvation. That's why the deliverance of the children of Israel is compared to the birth of a child through a woman, because a woman goes through great travail. She goes through great pain when delivering the child. But as soon as the child has given birth, she immediately forgets about the pain and embraces the child. So we're going to go also through great tribulations, but we should know that this is actually our salvation. We should be a little bit more excited. We should be willing to jump up and get out and do the Most High's work. In fact, let's get it, because we'll just paraphrase it. This is a time like never before. This is the time of Jacob's trouble, pursuant to Jeremiah 30 and 7. Okay, and it says, "But you will be saved out of it." It's telling the 1/3 Israelites that follow the instructions are going to be saved out of this tribulation. It didn't say that they weren't going to be part of the tribulation. It said they were going to be saved out of it. So that means that the tribulation has to be happening for you to be saved out of it. Let's go back over to Matthew chapter 24.
And verse
12.
12.
Yeah.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
So people are going to stop being friends. They're going to stop communicating. They're going to stop going out. And you know, a perfect example of that, and it's all by design too. They don't want anybody to be close, because divide and conquer. Look what they did to Las Vegas. They raised the prices so high only for the rich now. But they're doing that on purpose to stop people from congregating, from coming together. It's all part of the plan. They want to shut this place down, which is a good thing, because it fulfills prophecy. So let's go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 13.
Yeah, verse 13.
Verse 13.
You don't have to put money in the meter on the weekends, Monday through Friday, 8 to, I don't remember. You're welcome. So go ahead.
Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So the person that endures, what does it mean to endure? It means to follow the instructions that were given to you in the scriptures. Anybody telling you that the laws are done away with, they're done away with. There's no spirit in a person that's lawless. Let's just say that. How can you do anything without rules? I know that the laws are done away with, so our instructions are done away with, yet we'll follow GPS from point A to point B. But we won't follow our own instructions from point A to point B. In other words, we'll do whatever GPS says down to the foot. Take a right, take a left. And I say this almost every week. If GPS tells you to take a right, you're not going to take a left. But if the scriptures tell you to take a right and you don't like the way it sounds, you're going to justify the left turn. And that's where you're going to fall into the cracks. So we got to think more upon, like I said, our salvation at this time. We can see what's going on. The destruction of Babylon is happening right before our eyes. It's happening right before our eyes.
It's like you would rather take the wrong way than the right way.
Yeah. And so let's go to 1 Thessalonians through 5 and 6. And you're right. The people would rather try the easy way out, which turns out to be a trap.
And chapter
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 6.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
To be sober means to understand the scriptures and follow the scriptures correctly. So to have a sober mind means that you can't be drunk on false doctrine. It's not talking about going out to the bar and having a couple beers. It's literally saying, hey, don't be drunk off all these false doctrines. Be a sober mind. Know right from wrong. Follow the instructions that were given to you. Stop listening to all these gaslighters trying to make you second guess the truth.
You want me to read verse 7?
What does it say? No, we'll just leave it for right now. Let's move around some more.
Okay.
Or let's let it go. And go to Ephesians chapter 5.
Ephesians chapter 5. Chapter 5?
Yeah, and verse 14.
14. Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua HaMashiach shall give thee light.
So how do you wake from the sleep? How do you rise from the dead? If the Most High is telling us we're all dead, clearly I'm not in the grave. He's saying that we're dead in spirit. We need to rise up out of this spiritual death and come back into the light. In other words, you have to study. You have to follow the instructions. You have to literally take the truth for what it really is, for the lack of better words. Just because there's something in the scriptures you don't like, you have to accept the whole book. You can't take parts of the book and then call yourself righteous. That goes into Revelation 22, 18, and 19. If you remove things from the book or you add stuff to the book by justifying yourself, you're going to be removed from the kingdom. It tells you this very clearly. So you can't add to the book. You can't take away from it. You have to accept it for what it really is. Where were we at? Read it again one more time. 5 and 14.
Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua HaMashiach shall give thee light.
So the light is the understanding. The light, when you, in 1 James, I think it's 1 and 5, it says, cleave unto him, depart not away, and it shall be given unto thee. It's talking about you got to study. Then you got to follow the instructions that you were given, and you depart not away from that, and then life is given back into you. Then you're no longer dead in spirit. Dead in spirit, not dead. Oh, he's in the grave. He's dead. Yeah, see the Bible. You guys don't understand the Bible. Nobody does, it seems like these days. Go back to Matthew chapter 24 and get me verse 42.
Matthew 24 and 42. 42. Matthew 24 and 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
That is beautiful. You don't know when he's going to be here. So what am I telling you? I'm saying keep your nose to the grindstone. Make sure that you're following the instructions, doing the righteous works that the Most High told you in the scriptures. Now, yes, we are instructed to go out into the streets and teach. That's all there is to it. In fact, where are we at?
Wait, what verse is it that he says, I don't know when he comes, not even, the angels don't know where he comes, when he comes, not even, I know when he comes. I forgot, what was that?
I know what you're talking about. Just jump up to verse 50. We're just jumping around a little bit because we want to remind you guys we're in that last hour. And when he returns, if you have not turned back to the truth, it's not about going to church or being a Muslim or being a Buddhist. It's about coming back to the 100% truth that the Bible has been teaching us from the beginning.
Matthew 24 and 50. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of.
That's crazy. So when you guys decide, oh, the Most High ain't coming today, he ain't gonna be here. Don't believe all that. That's and they're doing that now. They're doing that now. They're crying it out because they think it's cute. He ain't coming today. Well, there's gonna be a day when you say that, and he's gonna show up.
And then y'all gonna be scared out of your boots.
Yep. You're not gonna be scared. He's not gonna let you die. you gotta die a certain way. So you're not just gonna see him and die. I know that. But you will be scared, and I like to say it like this: scared to death. So he's gonna come when everybody has justified their lifestyle and say, oh man, I ain't worried about that shit, man. He ain't coming like that, man. And you know what? A lot of times people have that same type of energy, and what will happen is they they end up dying like real quick after that. And that's the Most High requiring you. That's what it means when he says I require you. He's talking about you dying. So don't think you've got forever to make your decision. Your decision's already been made. You don't even know it. That's the funny part. We're just out here going through the motions. Like I said, it's foolishness. What we're doing is foolishness to the Most High, but he finds us acceptable for our words. Why? Because he knows he could save you. He's just letting us do this to prove that we're worthy of the kingdom. That's why we're out here. We're proving our worthiness. It says, go out to the highways and hedges and preach to the wind. Do it with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. We're happy to be out here. So go ahead and go back to the scriptures. Luke 21 and 36.
What is it? Okay, Luke 21.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, what's the verse and chapter that I will come with fire and my chariot?
Oh, that's Isaiah 66, 15 and 16. Bring it out, because he's talking about you don't know when he's going to come. Well, he wants to show you how he's going to get here.
Isaiah 56?
Isaiah 66, 15 and 16.
15 and 16, okay. Isaiah 66, 15, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots, like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So, we know how he's going to return. We don't know when, but we know one thing. While you're out here justifying, oh, he ain't going to be here, he's coming with fire. Go ahead, read 16.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So he's going to plead with all flesh with the sword, and by fire. So that is getting ready to happen right now. So what do? We come with a warning. That's what we're telling you. Hey, you got to come back to the truth if you're going to be part. If you're part of the 1/3, right now is your time to wake up. Nobody else is going to wake up. Nobody cares about this, and it's fine because that's the way it's supposed to be at this time. That's exactly the way Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai wants it. That's why he said, I speak in parables, because if they understood the truth, if they could understand, if I would let them understand, I would have to save them. What does that say about the Most High? He don't want to save you. He only wants the 1/3 at this time, not even the 2/3. The 2/3 got to die the painful death. So one more real quick, maybe two more, and then we're going to see how to please the Most High. So first thing, go to Luke. Chapter 21. Luke. Did we do 21 and 36 already?
I don't think we even go up when in
Luke chapter 21.
And verse 26?
36.
Luke 21 and 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Read it again.
Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
So if you're watching, that means you have to know what's actually going on. So you can't know, you could be watching all day long, but not understand without the instructions of what you're even looking at. That's why it says, so you have to be instructed before you can move to the next step of being a watcher and watching and waiting to see what's happening. But everything that's going on right now in this world today, it falls in line with Scripture in real time. And most people hate it. They hate it. They don't want to see this place come to an end. They don't want Yahushua to return. In fact, it was all politics back in biblical times. Why do you think they killed him in the first place? They didn't want to lose their position. And these people are the same exact way today. So, 1 Corinthians chapter 7. And then we're going to ask ourselves a question. How do we please Yahweh?
And verse
1 Corinthians chapter 7, 29.
Verse 29.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
That's beautiful. So, and keep reading, because when it's literally saying there's two messages in that right there. It's saying that because, and I gotta explain it. It's, you gotta stay studied up. You gotta worry more about your salvation right now, about what's going on right now in the world, than pleasing your wife. And a lot of people choose, I gotta figure out what to do to make my wife happy today. Also, for you people that are married to false doctrine, that's your wife, and you need to let that go. Keep reading.
Verse 30. And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not.
Keep reading.
Verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
So they that use this world not abusing it. Why? Because this place is going to be destroyed. Keep reading.
Verse 32. But I would have you without carefulness. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, no. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord Yahweh.
And keep reading. So a man that's not with or married to false doctrine, or even a physical woman, you're going to be more interested in how to please the Most High. Keep reading.
But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
So, if you are physically married And anybody that's in a marriage knows, as a man, you want to please your wife. And what happens when you're married to the world, you do things that are pleasing in the world. That's all there is to it. So let's keep going. Now, I got a question. How do we please the Most High? We know how to please the world. All we have to do is live a worldly life. Satan protects his own. But how do we please Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai?
To keep his laws.
Go to Matthew chapter 24. And then give me 45 and 46.
Matthew 24.
45 and 46. Matthew 24.
45 and
46.
Matthew 24 and 45. Who then is faithful and wise servant whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to get them meat in due season? Verse 46. Wait, was it 45?
Right, that was beautiful. So let me read that to you guys. What did I say? 45, right? 45, 46. Okay. All right. So, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? The meat is understanding. And this is the time of understanding. Okay? Blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find him doing. So what pleases the Most High? That we teach. And that we teach the 100% truth righteously, not grievously, with joyfulness and gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, according to the book of Deuteronomy in chapter 28. Get me Matthew chapter 25 and 21.
Matthew 25 and 21.
Yep. Precept must be upon precept. So it said meat in due season. So he's saying to teach these people the truth, have them understand. Go ahead.
Matthew 25 and 21.
Yes.
Matthew 25 and 21. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee rule over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
That's beautiful. So he only gave us a couple things to do. He said, I put you over a few things and you did good. What were those few things? We had to go out to the highways and hedges. We had to preach to our people. We had to rebuke our brothers and sisters to make sure there wasn't sin left upon them. We have to follow the instructions according to the Levitical law. Yes, none of the laws are done away with. So we have to keep that in mind.